Hi, I'm Dr. Justine Siergey, and I'm the Manager of Professional Affairs for CooperVision Specialty Eye Care. We're really excited to be here at the Scleral Soiree. What an incredible place to learn about everything sclerals. Last year, I learned a lot about, some clinical fitting and tips, how to educate and talk to my patients, and even a couple of practice management tips. So today I'm going to discuss how to grow your scleral lens practice with CooperVision Specialty lenses. Just a little bit about CooperVision Specialty Eye Care. We're kind of like a superstar team of smaller companies that have come together to really bring the best products and resources into one place so practitioners can really have all the tools that they need to be successful in their practices. You might recognize some of our smaller companies: Blanchard, Paragon, GP Specialists, and we've recently acquired SynergEyes. And with all of these companies, we're able to offer corneal lenses, hybrid lenses, scleral contact lenses, and even ortho-K lenses. So kind of all the tools that you need in your specialty lens toolbox. We focus on 4 areas of therapeutics, myopia management. So we have things like MySight and CRT, things to kind of help with myopia progression. In presbyopia management, we offer different types of multifocals. So corneal multifocals, hybrid multifocals, and in astigmatism management, we also have corneal and great hybrid lenses. In irregular cornea management, that's probably a lot of what we're focused on today here at the Scleral Soiree. I know from my time in practice that there's really not a one-size-fits-all for every patient. Specialty lens patients come in every shape and size, especially these irregular corneas. It really kind of comes down to what is their disease and disease state? What are their lifestyle and goals? What have they been successful or unsuccessful with in the future? And that can help us pick out the best products and even the best modalities. So, in our specialty portfolio that we have here, in corneal lenses, we have the family of Rose K lenses. That includes Rose K2, Rose K2 IC, post-graft, and Rose K2 XL. So a lot of different designs when we need a corneal lens. Another thing that we don't often think about is actually hybrids as a good modality for regular corneas. And that's where the Ultra Health and the Ultra Health FC line can really kind of step in and be a good tool. And then we have 4 different designs of scleral contact lenses. We offer lenses that you can diagnostically fit in your office, and even ScanFit Pro can be designed empirically. So that's a lens that uses profilometry data to really kind of come up with that very customized, tailored scleral lens. So I want to talk a little bit about some of our lenses. This is the SynergEyes VS. And it's a really kind of an intuitive and predictable design. So it's based on years of research at the Visser Lens Institute in the Netherlands. And one of the things that was pretty revolutionary about it when it first came out is it has a standard toric periphery. And that's really matches up with all of the science that we know now about the shape of the sclera. According to that scleral shape study, 95% of scleras are toric. So having that standard peripheral system, in place really helps us with our fitting. The design also incorporates a linear landing zone, and that's also designed to kind of mimic what the shape of the sclera looks like. The sclera is actually kind of more on an angle than it is on a curve. So by having that linear landing zone, we're able to distribute the weight more evenly and get a more even landing zone. And when it comes to those parameters, they can be adjusted independently of each other. That just kind of a few less moving parts to really get to that optimal fit. This is the VS diagnostic set, and everybody loves this yellow lens. So this is the lens that you start with. If you're not sure, just start with 3600. This is a really good lens, and it actually fits a lot of patients. And then you can kind of adjust within the set. It's very intuitive on how to use. All of the lenses in the set have a base curve of 8.4 and a plano power. And that just means that when we're over refracting, the math is less complicated. It's a little bit easier to keep track of these things. And this is actually the set. This is one of the lenses. You can see that they have these markings. They mark what is the sagittal depth, and then they mark both the flat and the steep parameter in these numbers. It's helpful if the patient comes in with the left lens in the right eye, or the right eye in the left lens, or they're wearing somebody else's lenses altogether. Now you can really identify those lenses very quickly. And we even have these nice haptic markers to show you exactly where the flat meridian is. Sometimes when we're fitting scleral lenses, we just come across a more complicated patient and we know we're going to need more customization. And that's where the One Fit Med can really shine. So this is a lens that gives us total control over 4 zones. We can incorporate oblate optics, and then quadrant specific limbal and landing zone. So that's a really great customizable lens. So this is just kind of a diagram that shows us all the different areas that we can modify. So in the center here, that's the sagittal height. So we can go up on the central fluid reservoir, and then independently we can adjust in the mid periphery, the limbus, and the landing zone or the edge. So an area that I really like about this One Fit Med lens is the mid periphery. So being able to adjust in that mid peripheral zone is really helpful for complicated eyes like corneal transplants. So often where that graft junction is, we have this elevated tissue, this higher portion of the cornea. And with this lens, you can actually pick the sagittal depth or base curve that really fits the lens very well, and then independently adjust over that area, over those sutures, to get a really nice even tear landing zone. And then these limbus and edge, those can be modified independently and even quadrant specifically. So if you needed to get rid of a little bit of conjunctival prolapse inferior, you could actually just decrease that limbal value just in the inferior quadrant. So this is just a little bit of how this lens moves. So we can kind of move up and down the sagittal height, and then we can move up and down in the mid periphery. So further from the eye for more fluid reservoir, or closer to the eye for decreased fluid reservoir. And we have a huge range. So you can move 300 microns away from the eye, 300 microns towards the eye, in the mid periphery, the limbus, and the landing. So there's a lot of modifications we can make there. And then in addition, this is an oblate area. So if you get a perfect lens fit and there's just a little bit too much clearance in the center, then we can drop the lens down right there, and we have 5 different levels. So this works really great for corneal transplants, RK, LASIK patients that have an oblate shaped cornea. So it's a very highly customizable lens. So we can do front torics, we can do multifocals, we can even notch a lens when you have a pinguecula, a pterygium, or some other scleral, obstacle in your way. We have those quadrant specific landing and limbal zones, and even a decentered multifocal. Sometimes even a really well fit scleral lens can start to sit a little down and a little bit out. And this optic actually allows you to move the multifocal to better align with the pupil. So at CooperVision Specialty Eye Care, we want to have all these great products, and then we really want to be a good partner in supporting you. We care about people. That's why we have really great dedicated account executives and a very experienced consultation team. So they have so much experience across all of these different products, and they actually are great at recommending when an alternative might help you to be more successful quickly. I do a lot of education. That's primarily my role, but our company focuses so heavily on clinical and even practice management education in a lot of different forms. And we have a bunch of different resources, marketing tools and resources. And lastly, we have a lot of digital technology that's going to just make things a little more efficient and easier in your office. So for example, the One Fit Med has a fitting tool that you can access online from anywhere. And it shows you, it allows you to put your lens in and then the modifications you want to make. And then you actually can see a visualization of what that new lens looks like, where you have increased clearance, where you have decreased clearance. And you can take all of those parameters and then go right to the order form. So it can really just streamline that for you. We did this calculation last week, so we're pretty excited about it. But our consultation team has over 500 years of experience. So it's incredible how much experience comes into one place. And they also spend all day talking to doctors and doing different cases. So, even if you're newer at a lens, you can get the help of someone who's fit hundreds or even thousands of these lenses. This is one of our learning resources, and it's called the Specialty Success Center. And I have a QR code that's there on the screen for you. And it's a place where we have all of these great educational resources. You can get certified on our products. You can learn how to fit them, watch videos, and even see like recent webinars. We post all of our webinars onto this Success Center. So it's a really great place to learn at your own pace. We also really want to support you in becoming better in your practice and becoming more confident in fitting these lenses. So we offer in-office training. So if you wanted to get a few patients together, we can have a local account executive come in and help you fit those patients in your office. And we can also do virtual training options. So we can train fitting, we can even train staff virtually. And then what I'm excited for is we have these workshop series, the Beyond the Limbus workshop, and we've been running these for many years, and they're really a great place to learn skills. We have two different tracks right now. We have an accelerator track, so that's a place where you can learn about fitting and troubleshooting and some practice management tips. And then we have a basics track for support staff. They can learn how to talk to patients about scleral lenses, how to take good images, how to know how to work through the trial set, how to apply and remove lenses. So this is going to be coming up in a couple of different cities in New York and in Denver, but we're also adding a lot more dates. So, there's another QR code on the screen here. You can scan to learn more about it or register. And we even have, information where you can get to all of our virtual educational options from this same link. So hopefully we'll see you in one of these, educational sessions. And then practice management. I felt really kind of more comfortable about fitting scleral lenses than I was like actually getting scleral lens patients into my office when I was first starting. That's a whole different ball game. And it takes a lot of time and resources to come up with this stuff. And we try to make it so you don't have to feel like you have to invent the wheel every time. So we have patient brochures, and those are brochures that, can be disease specific or in scleral lenses in general, and we can even kind of print your office information on them. We have application removal guides and videos on how to do that. We have rating room videos, which is what's playing here on this screen. That can be played in a loop in your office. It can also be put on your website if you want to kind of track higher on Google. We have social media toolkits. So those are kind of pre-made posts and with content and photos for things like Instagram and Facebook. And we also have a lot of staff training resources. So, below here we have an OCT guide on scleral lens evaluation. So how to take a scan, what is a good scan, what are we looking at, and even more. So there's a lot of different things that we can use to help to build your practice. Lastly, I wanted to discuss our policies. At CooperVision Specialty Eye Care, we really want to make sure that you're comfortable fitting our products, especially when you're new to them. So we offer these kind of unlimited warranty exchanges for 90 days on all of our scleral and hybrid products. That means that you can take another lens, you can use another lens if you need to, and you don't have to worry about what that means to the bottom line of your practice or what it means to, to your ratio in your office. We also have no fee cancellation on many of our scleral lenses. And we've recently revamped our credit policy so that it's like as hassle-free as possible. So no more finding all of the lenses or trying to get the patient to bring them all in and finding the invoices and shipping them all together. So it's just, they don't have to be returned. Defective lenses don't have to be returned. We just really want to support you in feeling so that you can feel confident with our products. So we're really excited to be here at the Scleral Lens Soiree, and we really hope to partner with you in the future to help to change some lives. Thank you so much for your time.